All right. So it's taken me so long to do this. And I meant for this to be out early in January, but so I apologize. I'm getting my life together. And today we're going to talk about part 2 of Sense for Seduction. Now, I am going to try to remember to put it in the cards up here, the part 1, which was talking about not specific fragrances, but how to use scent as a seduction tool, from signature scents to some little diabolical things to do in your lover's home with your scent, things like that. So it was very much about using your scents, placing it, where to wear it, things like that. This one is going to be about some suggestions from my collection for seduction. And there's 3 different styles of seduction we'll be talking about. And so there's 3 different types of fragrances for those moments which you're on as a sensual being. So let's get into the sense of seduction, my recommendations. Now, let me say this going into this. Of course, we're coming up on Valentine's Day, and if you celebrate it, these are perfect for that time. If you have them, great. Honestly, if you want to get them now, you would need to be ordering like today, especially if it's in stock, and you'll probably get it by, your Valentine's Day, which is on a Friday, right? So I'm trying to get it out in enough time that you could actually purchase some of these fine if you wanted to, just to be like, yes, I got it. All right, so here we go. So let's get started with the fragrances. All right, so the first ones are the flirts. And what I mean by flirty fragrances, these are fragrances that are perfect for first dates, when you are out going to be in, when you're going to be out in like party situations, social situations, where you're in a flirtatious mood, where you want to attract people. I mean, let's just be honest. Sometimes we are just chilling, but sometimes we're going to something and we want to attract attention in a flirty sort of way. And flirts are fun. They're a little more fun. They will attract attention in a ooh, baby, you smell good. What are you wearing? And will kind of stand out because a lot of people don't wear these. And also it puts a signal out that I am approachable, that I am, friendly and open to you coming and talking to me. So a flirt. And of course, first dates, beginning of relationships, they're always a flirtatious vibe about them. So these are perfect, perfect, perfect for those. So now I'm going to give you all, of course, now I'm going to start out with some oldies but goodies. And the reason why I'm doing that is because everybody is in a different place and time in their fragrances. Some of us have been doing this for a while, so some of these fragrances you're gonna be like, yeah. But then there's other people who are just delving into more fragrances, who are just getting into trying out more things, being a little more adventurous, want to do some things different with their scents. And they might just be new to me and maybe never heard of some of this stuff. A lot of it, of course, they might have, but some of it they might have. So for my old host squad, if you're watching this, go ahead and, put your comment. Of course, everybody put your comments about the fragrances. Hey girl, hey me. And just, let's just make it a very conversation about seduction. So the first one is going to be La Belle by Jean-Paul Gaultier. Y'all, we know this is a super flirty fragrance. It's pear, it's vanilla, it's got a sweetness. and she's a projector. So she's got that, she leaves a great scent trail. So this is perfect if you're going out to like an event, because you're going to turn heads. People are going to be like, baby, you smell so good. Or if, or maybe there's a man in the office that you work in, and I don't necessarily mean in the one you work in, but in the building, like if you work in a building and you see him often, like maybe in the elevator, this would be perfect. So this is La Belle by Jean Paul Gaultier. It's pear, vanilla. It's got a little vetiver. It's beautiful. All right, next up, a oldie but a goodie on here is 100 Silent Ways by Nishane. Now, for the people who know, if you know, you know. But this is a beautiful peachy tuberose. The tuberose is not too intense and gives you just enough white florals. It's got that peachiness to it. I promise you, every time you wear this, someone's going to compliment you. I promise you, you get 100 Silent Ways, you're going to smell deliciously sweet and pretty, and people are going to be like, oh my God, what are you wearing? And it stands out because not everybody knows about 100 Silent Ways. Us and Fragcom know about it, but the regular schmegglers, they don't know about 100 Silent Ways. So that one. Now this one is Girl of Now Shine. So these are, listen, if I just need to be sexy, these are the ones I just go for, and this last one to the next one too. This has that nuttiness, sweet nuttiness with an orange blossom. I promise you, this is a head turner. It is a flirt. You will get attention. They'll be like, what are you wearing? You smell so delicious. Now, if you don't have Girl of Now Shine, because this is my favorite, Girl of Now, same thing, same attitude, same vibe. But I promise you, people dating, they love it. Now, this one, if you've been on my channel, you should know about this one. And if you're new to my channel, I'm just going to tell you, you might want to just jump on this one. Now, this is Trussardi Pure Jasmine. This is inexpensive. She's inexpensive. Oh, she's getting darker too. And she is pistachio. It's a pistachio vibe, but it's got the jasmine. Baby, if you like yum pistachio, if you like these pistachio fragrances and you don't have pure jasmine, you need to up your collection. But this is a sexy, flirtatious. This could have been in the next category too, but I put her here because this is definitely first date appropriate. This is definitely going to a party, wanting to grab attention. You about to get somebody, they about to follow you around. This is what it is, because this is a flirt. She speaks volumes. She is gorgeous. Pistachio with the jasmine. She's deep and rich and lasts and projects. Baby, she's got a scent trail, and she is a diva. Do not put on too much if you don't want too much attention. I'm just telling you. Next up is this. And since I was talking about pistachios, I'm going to give you this. This, of course, is Justify Your Love by Khye Fragrances. This is the difference between this one and Pure Jasmine is that this is a little lighter. This is a little airier. So if you don't want to like just punch folks with your fragrance, if you just want to be a little subtler with your nutty pistachio vibe, you see I got three with kind of pistachio vibes in them. You want this one. This has saffron in it. It has a whipped cream in it. It's very airy and light, but it's airy and light in its composition, but it's not airy but it's not light in the way that it projects, in the way that it lasts on your skin. So I love this because it gives that, it's like if Girl of Now Shine or Girl of Now and pure jasmine, you're not quite ready to be that flirtatious, Justify Your Love is perfect by Khye Fragrances. This is another classic that everybody been kind of forgetting about, but let's talk about her. Roses Vanille by Mancera. This is a sweet, jammy rose. It has a little bit of lemon in the beginning, so it has a slight tartness, which helps because this is a sugary, sweet rose vanilla bomb. And when you wear this, you will turn heads. It is a Mancera, so it does project, it lasts, it has a great, scent trail, but it is just this sweet jammy rose that is just a head turner. So this is Roses Vanille. Then we have a Riche. Now, and this is a different vibe on Flirty, but she's flirty. She got her flirt going too. And a Riche is powdery and feminine and very girly. White florals. I mean, one of the is powder, baby powder, so it's a very powdery, just girly girl vibe. This is that flirtatious vibe where you want to give a slight aura of innocence. So this is for the innocent flirt, a Riche. And finally, this is a newer one to mine, and I wanted to share this with you all because, oh no, I got two more. So I wanted to share this one because this is a newer one, and this is Sphinx Egyptian Sugar Soiree. Now, if you notice, a lot of these have a sweetness to it because as a flirt, that's what that really attracts people, is this little flirtatious vibe with a little sugary sweetness to it, because it's almost like wearing a gourmand, but not, because these are not necessarily gourmands. They just have a sweetness to them in their perfume, which then is an attraction because you smell sugary sweet. What's going on right here? Hold on, let me see something. So this one has this coconutty, creamy vibe. The coconut isn't super loud, but it's like the sugary sweet coconutty vibe. And y'all know I'm not the biggest sugary sweet girl, but this has a light airiness. It is I've been wearing now. I have the reason why this doesn't look used that much because I started out with a 10 mil, and so I was wearing that first, trying it out, and oh baby, it's just a sugary, sweet, delicious vibe. It really is, and it's like the coconut gives it this kind of coconutty sweet creaminess. It's got this beautiful airy vanilla sugar, sweetness to it. It's a very easy flirtatious one. It also has a more innocent vibe than some of these. So this is like a little sweeter, a little airier. So this is the more like Justify Your Love, like a Riche. It's a little more close, it's not going to grab everyone's attention, but it will grab attention and make people turn their heads and say, oh, you smell divine. So this is Egyptian Sugar Soiree by Sphinx. Now, the last of the flirts is Soleil Vibrant by Lalique. I don't know how easy this one is to get right now because it's just not something that was, super popular. These aren't popular. There's a new one that came out though. I think I want to. Now, to be honest, I want to get the Eau Soleil back again because I did sell it. I think I was in this phase of, it was kind of disappointing to me, not because it wasn't a good fragrance, but because like I said, I was listening to other reviewers and other people talking about it. So I had an expectation of it and I didn't give it a chance because I automatically didn't get what everybody was saying. So anyway, I saw the notes for this one, Soleil Vibrant, and I picked her up and I was like, okay, yes. Now she is, the reason why I put her in this category because she has a sweetness to her, but also she has this kind of fruity, citrusy vibe in the beginning. So it has clementine, it has pear. So it has this juicy sweetness, but along with some beautiful white florals, jasmine, orange blossom. And And then it has like the vanilla as it dries down, along with some woodiness. So this is a really, it's a, let me put it this way. It's kind of vibes like LaBelle, but not, you know what I'm saying? So it's not a dupe. It's just in that category to me, because it has a certain amount of juicy fruitiness with the pears and the clementines, but then it also has, but instead of just being, pear vanilla like LaBelle, this has the added nuances of florals in it. So this is a little more, where LaBelle is a straight flirt. This one has a little substance to her flirtatiousness. LaBelle is, hey, I'm out here flirting. Lalique Soleil Vibrant is, yes, I am flirting, but I'm going to challenge you a little bit. You're going to be like, ooh, I love the smell, but I can't quite pick up everything in it. You know what I'm saying? Like LaBelle, you get sweet, girly. This is, yes, she's sweet and girly, but I need to go talk to her. So those would be the people that you attract. Not, LaBelle is easy breezy flirt. This one is going to turn ahead and make them think, whoa, 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 a little bit longer. And the reason why I say longer is because, and I don't necessarily mean longer, but more of a, oh, wait, that really smells good. Whereas LaBelle's in your face, oh my God, she smells so sweet, so delicious. This one is like, ooh, it's like the next level of flirt. It's not quite going really sexy, but it's still flirtatious, but it's a little amped up flirt. That's what Soleil Vibrant is. So now let's go on to the next ones. Hello, you all. If I'm looking a little different, it's because right after I filmed the flirts, y'all favorite little girl came down. Hey, Gigi. And so I had to go and hang out with her for a while. Now I've got her back upstairs. I have locked myself in, and we're going to finish this video because we're going to have so I went from sexy mode to Gigi mode. So we're here. All right. So next up are the Seductresses. These fragrances mean business. We are not playing when we wear these. We are making a statement that we are sensual, and it's going down. These are the type of fragrances that you wear on special date nights. These are the type of fragrances I think that, like, say if you're at a party with your lover, your significant other, these are the type of fragrances that you wear as a signal that we're not staying here all night, love. And your lover is like, you are absolutely right, and I am down for it. You know what I'm saying? So this is the signal that these fragrances give. And this is what we are on at that moment. We are in a seducing mode. We are sensual. Flirts are cute and gorgeous and sexy in a fun way. This is a little darker, a little deeper. Oh no, they're trying to go. I locked the door. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about the Seductresses. All right, I wanted to start it with something, with a evergreen, a perennial favorite, something that doesn't get as much love as it should, but is just sexy and has been sexy forever. And this is Dior Addict. I'm sorry, I cannot talk about being sexy, seducing, sensual fragrance without pulling out Addict. This is, trust me, you don't have to do much work, right? You don't have to do much work with this. Honey, you will be putting this on. This is orange flower. It's a deep vanilla. It's rich. Dior Addict has been around all these years for a reason. I think we get so caught up in all of the newness and all these brand new things, and we forget about the classics. And this is a classic, sexy, sensual, seductive fragrance. So if you want to just turn heads, look, little black dress. This is little black dress. This is like, you know how we always say you need to have a little black dress in your closet. This is your little black dress in a fragrance. If you don't have any, if you're not sure, get you Dior Addict. Get you Dior Addict. Now, next up, we bringing out the big sister. And this is La Belle La Parfum. She's deeper, she's richer, she's sexier. She's got that tonka bean. She loses the pear, so it's a deeper, richer fragrance. It has that La Belle vibe, but this is definitely more of a sensual fragrance. This one, I promise you, everyone who knows about La Belle La Parfum, if you don't, will tell you, you trying to be sexy, girl, go and get that one. Go and get this one. So it's a deep, rich tonka bean, vanilla. It is just it turns heads, and it gives a more elevated, elegant, it's a more sensual vibe than La Belle, because La Belle is the flirt. This is the big sister, La Belle La Parfum. Speaking of big sisters, let's talk about Delina Exclusive. Delina Exclusive, ever since I got this girl, I've always said she's the big sister to Delina. Delina is fresh. It's got that lychee. It's got that tartness. This has gets rid of that tart vibe. It's more deeper. The oud is more intense. It's more of a rose oud. It's just got this, you know, it speaks volumes. It says, I am sexy, because this is a very sexy fragrance. It definitely says, you know, this is a signal. Like I said, these are all signal vibes. The thing about when I say signal, this is the type of thing, like if you've been dating somebody for a while and y'all have not gotten intimate, and this is kind of like, you know, y'all been dancing around that intimacy, you know, a sexual intimacy. Let me say that, not intimacy, because there's a difference between sexual intimacy and real in your soul intimacy. If you have not gotten sexually intimate with this person that you're dating, and we going out to dinner, we've been dancing around it, this would be a fragrance to wear, because it's gonna say, oh baby, we stepping it up, and we stepping it up tonight. So this is Delina Exclusive. Listen, this is another one that we know as soon as she came out, everybody was like, oh yes, this is L'Entrée Rouge. Listen, ever since this fragrance has come out, this is the most popular L'Entrée for a reason. It's got that spicy ginger, but it's got the blood orange. So it's blood orange and ginger. It's got that sexy spiciness. It's giving you spicy tuberose. Tuberose already has if you smell tuberose, it has a sensualness to that. It's very animalic. This is what this is. So it's got the beautiful L'Entrée DNA. So this is more of a sweet, kind of almost bubblegummy tuberose, but then you throw on this spicy ginger. The ginger with that blood orange takes it to a whole new level. For the people who are unaware about L'Entrée Rouge, and if you've been in fragrance, the female fragrance community, you know about this. But if you knew, I just want to make sure you know, this is that girl, and she is definitely a sensual, seductive goddess. So don't be wearing this if you're not trying to, if you're not looking for that person you're around, or if you're not in a space where you want to be thought of as sensual and seductive, don't wear this. Don't, like, this is not a work perfume. I'm just saying, if you know, like, I'll wear stuff like this because I want to see the people notice it. But if you don't want that type of attention, don't wear this. Do not wear this at all. At all. Now this one, she was popular during the panorama, And, you know, as we women have gotten out of designer fragrances, we really don't give them the love that they deserve. We really act like they're not good anymore. You know, this is the whole thing. But I'm going to tell you, designer fragrances, they be making some sexy fragrances. So let's just talk about some. This one, this is Dolce & Gabbana, The Only One Intense. This is a sexy white floral coconut vibe. The coconut is extremely, and it's in your face, but this is like that. This is not a summer fragrance. This is right now. Wear it right now. Put it on, and baby. This is a sexy fragrance. Period. Point blank. Anybody who has it, anybody who knows about it knows it. But it's a coconut, but it's a white floral coconut. Some people smell more jasmine. It leans more orange blossom on me because it has both. But on me, I get the more orange blossom, the coconut, and then it has vanilla and cedar and cashmere at the end. So this is a very kind of warm, inviting, very sweet, richly sweet and seductive fragrance. So this is The Only One Intense. Next up is another one from a flanker, because if you see, I got some flankers, right? Of the of some of our, you know, kind of popular designers, and this is another one. This is Flower Bomb Midnight. This one honestly does not get talked about the way it should. I think this is it doesn't have a lot going on. It has a little black currant, some jasmine, and musk and vanilla. It's a very simple composition, but it is very beautiful. It is very sexy. It is very sensual. The bottle says it all. It is a darker version. You know, the flower bombs tend to be a little more floral, a little brighter, right? This is not that bright. It is giving you nice and seductive and dark. It does give you that flower bomb midnight vibe. Like, this is the darker version. This is the one that you wear on, you know, date night, like serious date nights. We're going out, we're going to a really high-end restaurant, we're maybe going to the theater, we're going to have a really beautiful night. It's going to be very romantic, and this would be perfect for that. Flower bomb midnight. Now, Kiss My Name by Ramon Monagal. I swear I'm going to have to get another bottle of this. This right here. This is a honeyed white floral, pretty much tuberose. Ooh, the honey and the white floral. This is a stunner. You see how I did that is what comes off. It is, once again, of course, they have their own vibe, and this is giving you that kind of more rich, sweet floral, the white florals with the honey. Trust me, Kiss My Name, she's a seductress. All right, next up is Sugar Mama Man Trap. Y'all know I love me some Sugar Mama. Man Trap is a sultry vibe. This speaks like, what it feels like when I wear this is that I am one of those southern flirts, you know, that like New Orleans. It feels very, very southern, like heat, that humid heat of New Orleans, and it's like the evening, and it's very sultry, you know, because I think like New Orleans has a sultriness about it, and that's what this feels like this sultry vibe. It starts out kind of like a tart fruitiness because it's got pomegranate, it's got some berries in it, it has some apricots. So it has this sweet kind of fruity tartness, but then it has these beautiful florals. It has jasmine, it has ylang ylang. The night blooming jasmine in here is very strong. So it has that, and then as it dries down, it does have some woodiness in it to balance it out and give it a nice little base. So it has cedar, it has sandalwood, it has a little patchouli, not too much patchouli, just enough to give it a little bite. And then, gives it that earthiness with the vanilla, a little tinge of vanilla to keep its sweetness going. It is a head turner. It is a man trap. It does exactly what it says it's going to do. You smell like this, your lover is going to be all over you, and in a beautiful, great way, especially if you're in a part. This says we going home, and he gonna say, come on. Your lover's gonna say, come on, let's go. So this is just seduce it. These are seduction in the air. You are giving a signal, and you are letting your lover know this is where we at today. In the evening, whatever you put this on. So use these for exactly what they're supposed to be used for. The Seductresses. All right. So the last fragrances, sense of seduction, is the Femme Fatales. Now, I know y'all going, what's the difference between Seductress and Femme Fatale? I looked it up and I was like, that makes so much sense to me. So, a Femme Fatale, the meaning of it is, it originates from French, which means deadly woman, or lethal woman, which makes sense, Femme Fatale. A femme fatale tries to achieve her hidden purpose by using feminine wiles such as beauty, charm, or sexual allure. In many cases, her attitude towards sexuality is intriguing or frivolous. All right. So basically, the difference between a seductress is that she is there to seduce. She is very making sure you understand that femme fatales are on another level. They understand they're using their sexual allure, but they own some bullshit. They either could be on some, I'm about to turn you out, or they're trying to get something. They are using it to get what they want in life. So these are the femme fatales. I'm just saying, the femme fatales. So we're going to start right here with Nazumato, Narcotic Venus. Now, the name is Narcotic Venus for a reason, right? It is one of the most beautiful tuberoses around. I can't help it. A lot of these are tuberoses in here, so just get ready for them. This is this really deep, gorgeous tuberose, white floral. When you wear this, you are coming in hot. You ain't playing. You coming in hot. Don't play. So this is Narcotic Venus by Nazumato. I am going to, let's just go here. I've been talking about this and talking about this. This is Jasmine Exclusive by Mancera. Now, this is a jasmine and oud and spicy fragrance. Spices, oud, and jasmine, that's what you get. OMG, this is intense. It turns heads. If I have time, I will try to find Jerry's response to this when I had him try it out blind buy on one of our live streams, because this is what it will say, everything. So I'm going to try to put that in right now. Matter of fact, I'm going to find it, and we're going to hear Jerry Shy Sense talk about this one.
It's the illustrious number 7. It has it's smoky, it's sweet. It almost has like it smells like a woman in a club and she's been smoking but she's also wearing a sweet fragrance. And it's really sexy. It's giving me imagery of she's sexy, she has a beautiful dress on, like you've been eyeballing her all night long as a man, and you just really want to get her alone. Like this one.
So you heard what Jerry had to say. Y'all see what I'm talking about in the discussion. All right. Another one that we could talk about, and this is kind of an old one. Nobody talks about her anymore. And this is Club de Nuit Intense for Woman. Now, this is a dupe of Noir de Noir by Tom Ford. And this is one of my first Middle Easterns. And don't nobody talk about her no more. But this is Noir de Noir, which is a very intensely gorgeous fragrance. Now, baby, don't spray too much, because you will not only give a lethalness to them, you will choke your own self out. So don't do that. Now, I will always say this is one of the ugliest bottles around. These bottles are hideous. But this is a spicy rose oud. And for the price, it is, we all know these are beautiful. They're well done. So this is almost live, note for note, is where it gives you Noir de Noir by Tom Ford, but it's a spicy rose oud that says what I always call these Femme Fatales are the bad girl fragrances. So this is for, don't wear this is like whips and chains, not whips and chains. Cut that out. This is like, restraints, blindfolds. Don't you about to hurt somebody's feelings and take their soul. That is Club de Nuit Intense. And that's pretty much all these fragrances. Let's just be honest. All right. Next up is this one. This is Yasmina by Kajal. This is one that does not get her love. So I'm giving her some flowers right now. Now, let me just say before we even go really into her, please remember, these are not blind buy safe fragrances. None of these Femme Fatales. These are things that you have to be in these style of fragrances to really like them. So this is, of course, Yasmina. She's a jasmine, but she's a tough girl jasmine. She's got leather, and the leather is prominent. It's a little spicy. You get this, there's a little saffron in it. No, cardamom. Yeah, cardamom and saffron. So that's on the top. So you get this spicy jasmine with some leather in it. And as it dries down, there's a little bit of booziness because there is some whiskey in it. I don't really get that on my skin. You might. And it has woodiness. It has patchouli and vanilla and tonka bean in the dry down. So it gets a little more, the tonka bean and vanilla give it sweetness. And it gives that patchouli gives it a little bit of earthiness. It does have a little bit, the leather and patchouli kind of play together. So if you like patchouli, you'll love this. For me, I'm not a patchouli person, but I still do enjoy it. So Yasmina, but this is like, I have to be in that mood for Yasmina. Like, this isn't an everyday fragrance. This is something where I'm just feeling like really bad bitchy. Let's just be honest. Femme Fatales are in a bad bitch mode. Let's just say it. Sexy, but still kind of bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? And I know you hate to say it like that, but we all know what that connotation means, And to me personally, being a bad bitch sometimes is okay. I think sometimes bad bitches get a bad rap. Not always, but sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. All right. So now let's talk about this one. This is, of course, this particular line of fragrances are all sexy, but I want to talk about Scandal Gold in particular, because this one I feel is a little more, Scandal by Night could have been in the Seductresses, just throwing that out there. This one is a little more intense. This was made for the Middle Eastern market, and it has, It has the honey that Scandal has. So it has like a Scandal vibe to it. But what it has though, it's got this kind of spicy, richer honey with some leather. So it gives a definite Middle Eastern vibe. It is a Middle Eastern Scandal because it has it has a little more woodiness to it, because and a little more earthiness to it because it has patchouli and sandalwood. So the woodiness is a little more than in the regular Scandals. And then the honey in here is even richer. And then because they've added in saffron and cardamom, so it's like the spicy it's a spicy honey. Whereas in the original Scandals, it's just a really sweet, deep honey. This has a little more spice to it. So this is a spicy honeyed Scandal with some jasmine. It is very intense. It is very, in your face. It is saying what she's going to be very flirtatious. She's going to be turning someone on. And like, these are the type of phrases where you whisper in somebody's ear and telling them giving them bad thoughts, or just working your magic to get what you need. And I'm just saying it like that because it is what it is. All right, next up is this one. This is Lyric by Amouage. You cannot go wrong. When I think of Femme Fatale, I think spicy. So a lot of these have spiciness to it. Femme Fatale Lyric is a spicy rose, and it is so good. It is one of these that really doesn't get the love that it should. But if you like Portrait of a Lady, which would be in this lineup, this is on that line. Lyric is giving you spicy rose, and it's giving you, come here because I got something to say to you. I'm about to handle you. Come here. Speaking of that, let's look at the nails for today. These are very simple French tips. I like them. And these are perfect French tips because they did the round, around like you're supposed to. So anyway, this is Lyric Woman by Amouage. The next, before I get to those, the next one is The Venusian by Dreamhouse Ikiryo. Now, as I have likened it, that he has different levels of rose fragrances. Rose of Venus could be here too, but I'm putting the Venusian because she is the very late night rose that he has created. She is very dark and broody and in your face. So if you want a dark rose that just says, this is a dark rose. It has it reads very midnight. This is not to be more, and I would like, even though I will, Venusian is more of an evening fragrance, a late night fragrance, because that's what she's giving. She's giving late night vibes that says, oh, we doing these things. So this is the Venusian. Now these next two I'm going to show you are hard to come by. One, I have an alternative for you. The other one, I do not, but I'm just putting it out there in case you have it or you see it. So, of course, I've always said Tuberose number 3 by Histoire de Parfum Animal is my most bad girl. This is the most intense tuberose. The reason why is it's got tuberose on every level. It's got plum in it. It's got some white tobacco. It's a kind of smoky tuberose. It's a smoky tuberose, right? Nothing like it. But I do have something kind of similar. But this stands alone, and this is a bad chick. This is, and actually bad, anybody can wear this. But it's when you got some bad, you about to do some bad shit to somebody. You about to make that person do some bad things that they just weren't ready to do. And they're like, why did I do it? How did you talk me into it? This is like you wearing this, you gonna get your way. And whatever your way is, you're gonna get it. All right, now I do have an alternative. Not as bad, but it has the vibe, right? It's going to give you a similar vibe. And this is the only one I have that's kind of similar to it that I find. And this is the latest L'Entrée. This is Absolute. It's giving you that L'Entrée vibe in the beginning. So when you smell it, it's going to give you that kind of sweetish L'Entrée tuberose. But as it dries down, there is tobacco in it and it gets smoky. So that as it dries down, it gets this smoky tuberose. So this is not the same, but it kind of it vibes like it is a similar vibe. So this would work too. So this would be L'Entrée Absolute. And finally, this one, I'm so sorry. This is Ikiryo by Elisab. Now this one is really hard to find. If you see it and you smell this sounds good to you, just buy it because you will not find it again. This is Ikiryo, and this is a Francis Kirkjohn for Elisab. This is a leather and ylang ylang, and that's exactly what it is. It is so seductive. It is so, I'm gonna get my way. You, whatever you say, yes, dear, I got you. It is the leather and ylang ylang work together to create this really gorgeous fragrance. Honestly, this is hard to describe, but if you like leather, if you like ylang ylang, you need to get this because together they are sensual. They are just in your face. They are not playing with people. They are. It's a Femme Fatale fragrance. It's a Femme Fatale fragrance. All right, so that is it for the Femme Fatales. I hope well. All right, so that is it for our sense of seduction. I hope that I gave you something to play, something new to try. If you have these in your collection, pull them out. If they're in the back, they collect in dust, you haven't thought about them in a while, pull them out. Especially if you're doing something for Valentine's Day, pull these out. You ain't gotta go buy anything new. You got your weapons of seduction, scent seduction. And if you don't, I've given you enough time to get one or two to try to see what you like. All right, y'all. You have a beautiful day. Be bold, be brave, be fearless, be free. Talk to you later.